Start with her in prison. She doesn't stay there for a super long time. And she is just really interested in getting out and getting her children out. I think once she goes to prison and her dreams are smashed yet again, I think she decides that it's really not about her anymore, and it's about her children. She sort of gets wise, I think. For some of it, for some of the first part of the season. I think he didn't, yeah, for some of it. That's all I'll say. I'm not sure what I can say. I know, he's so creepy. He's awesome. I think he's like the creepiest adversary the club has ever had. He's like playing mind games, and you're like, what is going? You're like, you cannot figure out what's going on here. And he's such a good actor. I love working with him. He's fantastic.
Can she continue to forgive
You mean like Jax? Forgive Jax? I think that's something she struggles with. I think that something got broken between them at the end of last season, and but I also think something that I've been playing with this season and thinking about is I think she takes a kind of wider view of things this year in a way, and really begins to understand the way there's a generational cycle of violence and insanity that nobody in that world seems to be able to escape, and I think in some level, even when things fall down between them, she understands that he's trapped in something that's bigger than him, and that's bigger than her, and I think that's why her attention really shifts to her children, because she's like, this is the only thing I can do is make a life for them.
Do you think she'll be outstanding?
God knows. Nobody knows. All of us were like, I don't know. It was season 6. Like, who knows? We'll see.
We talked about the relationships between Tara and Gemma.
Yeah.
How does that about this?
I think they're very adversarial this season. I mean, there's a lot of on the surface. I think their relationship this season is really interesting because nobody wants to show their cards, so they're doing this little pas de deux with each other. But they're actually operating at completely opposite cross purposes, or operating at cross purposes, and that the only thing Gemma really wants is for everybody to stay exactly where they are. Jax, the club stays intact, Jax stays in the club, the kids stay charming, nobody leaves charming, and things go on as they have always been. And Tara's like, no, like out, we need to get out. And so I think that this season you see them in more opposition than you've actually ever seen them before, I would say.
Does she want to go into the club and kind of clean house a little bit and kind of get it more organized?
Does Tara?
Yeah.
I think at the end of last season, I think she's pretty indifferent actually to the club and what they do. I think she tried it, she really tried it for a couple of seasons, like being that queen of the club, and I don't think she's interested in it. And I don't think she thinks it would help. I mean, it's like the more Jax tries to get them out of guns, the more they get fucked. Like, it just doesn't work. So, we'll see how it goes.
Tara's a strong woman, actually, except for when it comes to making some decisions about her.
It's true. No, I mean they're each other's first and only real love, and I think this is the way that I've always approached her is that she's essentially an orphan. So these primary relationships, these relationships that she found early on in her life, she can't shake, and I include Gemma in that category, as sort of the only mother figure she's ever known, as crazy evil a mother as she may be, like, you know, she's the only woman who's ever served any kind of role in her life, and you know, Jax is, I think, the only person she's ever felt has known her or seen her, and I don't think she can really walk away from that, you know.
So do you think that this searching for love that is in her character, it blinds her?
I think it has blinded her. I don't know that I think she's blind this season. I think her eyes are pretty. I think she's pretty clear.